Well, I'm here with Dr. Allen today. He is the owner of WOW Chiropractic right here in good old Eugene, Oregon. So how are you doing today, Doc?
Good.
Good. Well, I have a few questions for you. It has to do with your experiences so far with dollar integration marketing.
Okay.
Right? And the first one is, before you started working with dollar integration marketing, what did your advertising results look like?
Nothing.
Okay, elaborate.
Well, they were pretty dismal. I was a new business, and so I just had tons of people coming in from Yellow Pages, from Dex, from a thing called Zoom Marketing, Eugene
You mean
retailers.
Like advertisers?
Yeah, advertisers who were just going to turn my business around to incredible heights. So, I spent a good fair amount of money believing in these people, and I can honestly say I don't think we got after all that money I spent, I don't think we got a single customer from anything that these other businesses suggested, other than the Eugene Register Guard.
Wow, okay. So, at this point, it seems like probably a lot of the viewers out there might relate to that, just not really knowing what to do with their advertising or really understanding or having any kind of strategy in place for their marketing.
And if you don't know, then you're kind of susceptible to people walking through the door promising you the moon.
Right.
Yeah.
So before we started working together, before you started working with dollar integration marketing, were you familiar with marketing funnels and systems?
No.
Okay, so it's not all. You didn't really understand what that meant.
Until you started talking about it, I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, and so some of the viewers, may not understand what a marketing funnel is or a system. And, you can go online and you can, do some research and see. But really, we have kind of a unique process that we do here at dollar integration marketing. And so from your standpoint, Dr. Allen, when I talk about a marketing funnel, kind of what comes to your mind? What do you think, just from our experiences together so far?
Well, it's each product or service has to kind of have its own unique funnel. And you went over, I still didn't follow it all, but there's things on the outside of the funnel, and so it comes down, and then if we're going to have another product or service, and we create one with that, and a third one. But the point being is once you have the systems in place, it kind of takes care of itself.
Right.
So then that allows me to focus on what I want to do, which is take care of patients.
There we go.
And not spend a lot of time, energy, and effort and thought thinking, well, how do I get the message out there? Because let's face it, us chiropractors are fighting billions of dollars of TV and print radio from the pharmaceutical companies, and so we're trying to say, hey, there's another alternative to all that approach. So the fact that working with you and that the results were just so fast and a lot bigger. I was just going to be happy with getting my initial investment back. So at least I know, well, at least something's working, but with you, it just exploded.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll just kind of elaborate on that too, because when we talk about a marketing funnel, it's all about knowing exactly where you want to take your customer. So instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and advertise, it's now you're thinking about it from here's what I want my customer to do from the moment they know who I am to that first service that they purchase from me, that first experience, and literally having what I call a buyer's path, which is really your marketing funnel. So it's the path you want your patients to take as they work through your.
And I guess I really hadn't even thought of that until you and I talked, and then you helped. Like, well, what does that even mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Because that's kind of an obscure concept too of what does your patient, what your customer want and where do you want to take them? Well, I hadn't really thought of that. But then you asked the right questions, and then it started to become clear. Oh, okay, this is what I want, and here's how we get here. But I really didn't have to do that because you pretty much, once I gave you the okay, you just kind of, okay, here's what I'm going to do, bam, bam, bam. This is the only thing you have to do. And
went from there.
yeah, so far it's been a very sweet experience.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to whatever our next step is.
All right, perfect.
Which I guess is this.
So, and this, let's kind of elaborate too, because I think this will kind of help people kind of dial in what we're talking about. But give us an example. What kinds of marketing were you doing? Like, how would you approach your marketing before we met?
I think it was Dex. We tried 2 different websites that supposedly had all the cutting edge SEO, paying them gobs of money a month. Did something called Zoom Media, which was kind of like this thing at the YMCA, which was a total bust. Did some television, series of television commercials that we got 0. I did that for 8 months. You know, so it's kind of disheartening because you're paying these people money. They want their money even though they're not getting results.
Right.
You know, whereas with you, the first time the practice exploded, and so now I got money to move to the next step that we're talking about, kind of the back end of things. So it's like, wow. So it's kind of like the money invested with you is just getting, I don't know, you got the figures, how many, multiple times over.
Yeah, we'll talk about
so
that.
So then now there's money to put back to get to the next step, to get even bigger. So it's not like these other people, they want you to put all the money in. They have no investment because they're on the road, and you'll see them in a year when they want you to buy more stuff from them.
Right.
So I think, and I have never heard what you do anywhere else. I'm sure it's out there, but you know, if you keep doing the same thing over and over.
Right. And I would say that what we do at long duration marketing is really the opposite of what, you know, most advertisers would tell you to do. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Because we start with the conversion rate. We start with, how many leads are we going to get from this? How many customers can we potentially get from this? We start with actual results.
Right.
And then we go from there versus, oh, let's have a nice logo, or let's have a nice,
right.
Nice
Oh yeah, we did that.
Oh,
we got to have business cards. You got to have a good logo. Well, you spend $500 on a logo. I don't know who buy. If you think about it, who buys a product or service based on a logo? Maybe Nike.
Yeah,
something like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, we want to get results.
Right.
I mean, that's really what we're after.
Yeah.
So then also, okay, so at this point, before we met, what were your beliefs about marketers and advertisers overall? Like, what was your kind of your basic belief once you had these bad experiences with all these different marketing consultants, advertisers, and all that?
Oh, what my opinion of them was?
That's kind of what you felt towards a lot of the stuff that it's out there, because you get bombarded. I mean, as a chiropractor, I mean, there's so many marketers out there trying to get your business, right?
Right.
And so, what was kind of your belief, at this juncture before we met, on just marketing in general and all these things that were?
That it was a pretty slimy business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did you feel that people talk a good game, but they don't really?
Oh yeah.
Back it up.
Right.
Okay.
And being a doctor concerned about health, I really wasn't looking at the business side of things.
Right.
So it was an expensive lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And kind of giving up on marketing. There has to be a better way, and lo and behold, you showed up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that people that are listening to this, they really heard what you just said. You were kind of almost like inroads almost. You're kind of giving up in a sense.
Well, why keep spending all this money on stuff that's not going to get you results, but that's what everybody supposedly needs to do.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying there might not be other businesses that haven't had success in these other areas, because obviously it must, because they're somehow getting customer base in, but for me, and maybe it's just unique to chiropractors, we have a hard time.
Right.
Because we're up against a huge giant.
Well, I think if it was easy, then there wouldn't be a 90% fail rate with businesses.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's true. Right.
Yeah, that's the reality. Is most businesses don't know how to market. They don't know how to sell,
Right.
and that's a big hindrance. And then the information that they receive isn't always the best either.
No.
So it's kind of like
And it doesn't. And if you now that I've worked with you, I see that most advertising doesn't motivate people to like take an action step.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Whereas with you, all of a sudden people are inspired to take advantage of what we have to offer.
Absolutely.
It's not like we changed anything we've been doing from that point of view, but it's just a light bulb's kind of gone off in people.
Right. It was just a matter of
And
organizing your business into a funnel,
Right.
so to speak, and then making sure that the offers within that funnel were irresistible. I mean, that's really what we
Exactly.
did. Right. So we started looking at it from a strategic standpoint and a result standpoint
Right.
versus just,
And then, to be honest with you, I still didn't understand when you're explaining how you were going to get that done. I just trusted in you.
Yeah.
You did it, and the results were there.
Absolutely.
And so as we go on now, it kind of okay, now I see why that worked.
Right, and actually that's a good point because there are so many information products out there, and I'm all about educating my customers.
Right.
As you know, I like to spend time with you, educate you and things.
Right.
But in the day, I mean, the main thing is you get results, and you see those results
Right.
fast.
Right.
And that's what we.
And my results are the phones ringing, people booking appointments.
Awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about your results.
Yes.
Okay. So I have an example here. So basically, what you're doing before, right? So like the month before.
Mm-hmm.
So you spent $665 on an ad.
Right.
And nothing happened.
Right.
No return on investment. All right. So let's talk about some of your results.
Okay.
Really quick, and then you can tell me if it's accurate or not.
Okay.
Let's just have that conversation really quick, because this is for the viewers at home mostly,
Okay.
so they can understand. Really, because they might be making the same mistakes you were. So
Okay.
let's try to educate them a
Sure.
little bit, and then just kind of go from there. Okay. So. First month before you started working with Doesnt marketing, your results, you spent $665 on an ad, and nothing happened.
Well, actually, it was $800.
$800. Okay.
And we did get some responses.
Okay. But did anyone come in? Did you actually? Did customers come out of it at all?
Yes, we had some customers out of it.
Okay. Okay.
But nothing like when I started working with you.
Okay. So it was like a little trickle, here and there.
Right. I
Did you
think I
call it
paid
something?
for the ad and maybe a couple more.
Okay. Okay. I see.
But I probably still lost money in terms of paying employees and that type of thing.
Okay. All right. So we'll say.
But up
Negative
to that
ROI.
point, I hadn't tracked the numbers like you're now having me do.
Okay. All right. So we'll just say, generally speaking, you were unsatisfied with the results, and that more or less
it's
lost
like
money.
or like breaking even.
Okay, or breaking even. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, once we started working together,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what we did was we developed an irresistible offer.
Mm-hmm.
We also created a back end, which is the marketing funnel. So I'll just talk really quickly for the viewers so they kind of understand
The lingo.
this little bit. I mean, I don't want to inundate them.
Right.
So the first thing you want to do with the funnel is you want to have a lead attractor, right? You want to attract potential individuals who might be interested in what you offer,
Yes.
right? So we create a lead attractor, and that can be a free resource. It can be a discount, but whatever that is, it is designed to be irresistible to help people take action on your service,
Yes.
right? And so your lead attractor is a coupon. Okay, we'll keep it basic for people, and that coupon offers a $99 service
Right.
or treatment, right? So out of that, we got 56 buyers to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So that equals at $99, that equals $5,544.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also had a primary offer. So the primary offer is just that flagship product or service that you're offering, right? And in this case, we've since increased the pricing on this.
Right.
But at the time that we did this initially, it was a $350 prime offer.
Right.
So out of the 56 people that came in from the lead attractor, we were able to upsell those people to 11 of those people to the 350. So that ends up being $3,000 and $850. Okay. And then from there, we have what I call a customer value optimizer, and that's just the immediate upsell, okay, from your primary offer, right? And that was the amount of $997, and we got out of those 56 buyers, we were able to have 2 purchase that $1,994. So that was a total of $11,388, ad spend of $665.
Right.
So we subtract out the ad spend, that gives you $10,723, which is an ROI of, see my notes here, $1,600. Sorry, an ROI of 1,600%.
Yeah, plus we haven't added the back end that you have plans for those customers.
Right, so we actually added, since then, we added some other back end part of it.
That could even be more than just that initial part.
So really what we're doing right now is we're at the point now where now that we have the funnel in place, now we're just trying to optimize it. So that's what Dr. Allen's alluding to, is that now we're going to optimize it, because my goal right now is to double this number. We want to take it to 20,000 a month plus or more before we start adding any other marketing funnels. We're going to optimize this first and then go into the next thing.
Right. And then our next shoot's going to be on some nice tropical sandy beach.
Yeah, exactly. Look for our next case study. We'll be in Hawaii.
Exactly.
So awesome. So how has implementing Doll Integration Marketing's marketing funnel and system into your business made a difference? You know, obviously the numbers are great, right?
Right.
But let's talk about, you know, what are some other benefits from that? I mean, for example, you know, how you feel about your business. How do you feel about your marketing? How do you feel?
My employees are a lot happier.
Oh, great. I mean, that's
because they got business now. So, you know, it's like, oh, cool, we're getting busy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like employee morale's gone up.
Yeah. So they have a high opinion of you.
Well, that's great. That's always great to have.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And anything else you want to add to that, or is that?
No, that's good. It just feels better to be knowing you have a path. Because I had no doubt we had amazing service that no one else is providing.
Right. Absolutely.
I like to say in the world, but maybe that might be too egotistical.
Yeah.
But it's just, how do you get people to get excited about it enough that they want to at least check it out?
Right.
Because once they check it out, then it's like, oh, wow. Hence, wow, chiropractic, right?
Wow.
And so then it's like, we get it, and then they want to become part of it. But it's, for the person walking on the street, there's just so much advertising, there's so much businesses, and people have a set conception of what a chiropractor is. Oh yeah, I mean, you're going to crack my back, which is that's kind of a simple, because chiropractors actually are primary care doctors that offer a lot more than just, I got a little pain in my back.
Absolutely.
And so people that come in see that, and it's like, cool stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that there's businesses out there that can relate to what you just said. I mean, they feel that they have the best service, but they feel like they're the best kept secret. No one knows who they are.
Because if you're driving right by it,
right,
how are you ever going to know? Unless, it's hard.
Yeah, it's absolutely hard.
Yeah.
You know, unless you have, you know, you're working with a company like Doll Integration Marketing, where, you know, we have a strategy, you know, we have strategies, we have services and systems in place to help that happen. And we can do that, and it's proven. We can do that month after month. And so that's
and that's what's so cool about, you were telling me about, you've landed a large client. So even a big business still has concerns about getting customers into their business, that they're excited buyers, I guess.
Right.
I don't even know if that's a marketing term or not, excited buyer. But you know what I mean? So it's cool. It's just the process works for small guys like me or your big client that you got now.
Absolutely. I mean, every business needs a marketing funnel, and even if they do have a marketing funnel, we can optimize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So it's really important. Okay, so how has a conversion rate focus helped you understand your marketing?
How has the conversion rate focus?
So in other words, because when you have a marketing funnel, you have to think in terms of, okay, how many leads am I getting? Out of those leads, how many leads are becoming customers? Out of those customers, how many are becoming,
okay, well, you said to be honest with all that.
Yeah.
To be honest with it, I haven't even thought of that. Right?
So,
That's why I'm just kind of leaving you to
yeah.
track all that stuff. I know
Yeah.
I need to take ownership of it, but
well, yeah,
I need to focus on patience. So it's cool that you need all that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. Dr. Allen, what would you say the difference between good advertising and bad advertising is, now that you've had kind of this experience?
Bad advertising is people come in, promise you the moon, they go out the door along with your money. Good advertising is it doesn't cost very much and you get unbelievable results
There we go.
that shock you. It's like, holy bleep.
Awesome.
Okay?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so some people don't believe it's possible to have consistent, reliable, predictable flow of clients, patients, customers, month after month. How would you address your peers that might be thinking this way?
Well, I do know you have the ability to get them into the door, and what we've done so far is keeping them. Now, I haven't had experience with the second half of what we're going to be doing, which I think will really maintain the long-term customer, but
Right.
based on what we've done so far, I have no reason to doubt that that's not going to be just as successful.
Awesome. Yeah, and really, now that we start to, acquire those customers, or sorry, in your case, acquire those patients,
Right.
and we're doing that faster and faster, then the next goal is how do we automate that, right? How do we
Yes.
automate that? How do we make it effortless? And, I always tell people you kind of have to work backwards a little bit in that, we all want to go automate things and start using software really quick and all that, but it's always better to first be able to do it manually first, understand the process,
Right.
then start to automate, and that's where we're at. So
Right.
we've gotten a lot of success with the, implementing the marketing funnel.
And that's what's happened to me
And now
right
we're-
now
yeah.
is I've gotten so much more business that the paperwork end is starting to stack up. So what are we, Sunday, and now after I leave here, I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon trying to shrink the paperwork down, just because of all the business that have been generated. In fact, one of my employees started getting a little upset that she couldn't find all the files she needed because they were scattered all over the place. They weren't. They were just like cabinet here, and cabinet here. So I said to her, well, or it could be we've got 2 files. That's all we have. And so where are we going to put this one file or put this one file?
Right. So
And then she kind of got it and she kind of laughed, right? So
So and that's a good problem to have, right? I mean,
it is, but now I'm going to
fair.
have to hire somebody else and train them to keep up with all the
With all the
back
paperwork.
end stuff and then
Yeah.
be able to have answers for you when you call in.
I need those numbers.
You
I
need
those
the numbers, right. I just don't have time to get them right now.
Awesome. So what did you have to do to implement all these strategies? Well, so for example, how much time did it take you?
About to write a check to Doll Mark. Well, no, we've had some meetings,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
but it really wasn't that much time out of my day.
Okay, awesome. I mean, that's the point I wanted to make. So really, the time investment on your end, being a busy doctor.
Right.
I mean, you have to deal with patients.
Yes.
You don't have a lot of time to be trying to mess around with the marketing.
It's not even, you don't even want it part of your consciousness.
Exactly.
But it
You wanna
becomes a
focus
necessary evil.
Right.
And that's why I'm thinking you can really help the chiropractic profession and take it to the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah. And and of course not just chiropractors.
Well, no, I know, but
Right,
I'm just,
but,
that's where I see it going.
And then, okay, so last question for you, Dr. Allen.
Yes.
What would you tell people about the free automated marketing strategy session that we offer?
The free, was that the hours consultation we had?
Yeah, exactly.
Based on the results we're having, it's putting it together.
Right, and it's repetition. I mean,
Right.
So you hear it, it's a little bit foreign at first.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you start to see those results, you start saying, oh, that's how it works.
Well, that's what I experienced in chiropractic. Everybody understands what it is to take a pill. But now to go, well, how do you do natural healing to heal your body? That's kind of a foreign concept. So you just kind of keep saying the same thing in different ways, and then the light bulb goes off. Now, the light bulb hasn't totally gone off with all this, but the results are like, okay, well, I don't really need to understand. So I'm tracking where I should be.
Yeah, you're tracking, exactly.
Okay.
So last question. I mean, I guess that was a prequel question, right?
Okay.
Not quite last, but this is the last one. So would you recommend people to schedule an automated strategy session?
Yes. Just prepare, they might not quite get it all. But I'm a doctor. Maybe people who've been in business longer than I have will get more of a concept down quicker. But it makes sense.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's new and different.
There we go. Awesome.
That nobody else out there is doing it. At least in Eugene, I haven't seen it.
All right, Dr. Allen, so how about we end with you just telling people where they might be able to find you. You're, Lawrence, off of Lawrence Street here in Eugene?
743 Lawrence Street.
Okay, awesome. And I will say, too, that Dr. Allen is my chiropractor as well. So he's done some miracles for me on my back and things like that. So there you have it. So thank you, Dr. Allen. Just a quick recap. I mean, we covered a lot here, but really the biggest thing is we broke down really how you can understand why your marketing or advertising isn't working at the highest levels. And more importantly, you've learned really the exact steps to go about correcting that, which is really developing out a doll integration marketing funnel and looking at working with us. I mean, that's really the biggest thing. And even if you are happy with your current marketing results right now, what you've learned in this video, even if you just took the concepts
Right.
and just started thinking about your marketing in terms of a strategic standpoint versus a hope standpoint, that's huge for you.
Yeah.
So lastly, there should be a button below this video somewhere, a link. So that should be somewhere on this page. And again, there's no credit card required, but this is really only for serious business and practice owners that need to apply.
Yep.
This application process is a quick 5 minutes. And again, spots are limited. And I'm Eric Dahl, the owner of Dahl Integration. And just like Dr. Allen, please become one of my success stories.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks again, Doctor.
All right. Thanks.